Coming to you from Homebrew Studios, it's Bob and John's Super Duper Variety Power Hour with your hosts, Bob Katie
and John Picarillo
and Jay Schmidt.
Welcome to episode 143 of Bob and John's Super Duper Variety Power Hour. Welcome aboard, folks.
Hello, Meneer Gatvot.
Meneer Gatvot. Meneer Gatvot. Gatvot?
That's Icelandic for hello, friends.
It's down here. It should be Icelandic.
Let's do it again. Let's do it again.
I'm not sure how good that is, but hello. Actually, it's hello, friends. Good evening.
Hello, friends. Good evening.
Hello, Meneer Gatvot.
Hello, Meneer Gatvot.
I'm not sure how good the pronunciation.
Gatvot.
Well,
not very good at my Icelandic.
I just want to get it right if I ever get there. That's all.
Yeah.
If I ever get there.
Well, if we wanted to research Vikings a little more deeply, we've got it. We have to go to Iceland.
Is that bucket list?
Yeah.
Iceland?
Sure.
You can't even take the cold here. How are you going to go to fucking Iceland?
Well, there's been some Alaska adventures in my brain, too. And
there seems to have been a misunderstanding about what kind of boat guys we're going to be.
Now that I've experienced the touring vacation.
The touring vacation?
Because it's much different than what I've always considered vacation. There's a big difference. And, I see the benefits in it, especially at my age. The less time I spend in the sun is probably better for me. And the more things I see of this world is better.
Yeah.
Opens your eyes to many things and history. It's fascinating.
Fascinating.
However, over there you see a lot of ancient buildings. But, in the States, though, there's a lot of ancient natural parks now. I think there's a lot. Most of them would be natural parks. But, I mean, that was a long time in creation. You know what I mean? Follow me?
Yeah.
You're looking at me like you have no idea what I'm talking about.
Well, that sounds like a hot item.
Grand Canyon is an example.
Yeah, it took a little while.
It took a while to create, and it's been there a long time, too,
Yeah.
So, that's pretty fascinating. There's a couple on that bucket list there.
You're titillated, aren't you?
I like them giant red oaks, California.
Yeah.
California.
I'd like to check that out. I'm big
California.
The redwood.
I'm big into wood as it is,
Yeah.
but big monsters like that.
I got some wood under me.
I know. Tonight you're sitting on wood because Greg broke your
mouth is
chair.
ready.
No, I didn't throw him under the bus. Yes, I did. It was funny.
I'm gonna go there.
Jay sat down and he says,
I wish I was Beyonce.
and then right after that, he said, "It feels like I'm sitting on the ground."
Yeah.
And I said, "Well, I think Greg said something about it was slowly leaking the last time he sat in it." And sure enough, it was, wasn't it?
It was a sinker.
Yeah. So we removed the sinker from the show, and we've got a new chair.
Get the fuck out of here! No, I cannot.
It's made of wood.
I got wood.
He's got wood.
No.
All right.
Wood, you little bastard.
Yeah, it's colder than a witch's left tit in an iron bra. I saw that on Facebook. I think that was a John Fowler joke.
Statement or joke? It's not really a joke, is it?
I guess it's a statement, too.
It's not really jokey.
Man, it's cold.
It's cold.
Yeah.
But you know what? I was mentally prepared. Because like I've been telling you, January is always the longest,
Oh, here we go.
coldest month of the year for me. It doesn't matter how nice it is.
And we've been kind of spoiled.
We've been totally spoiled. Yo, definitely.
A couple weeks ago, we were down in the single digits.
I mean, the
And
last
and below.
couple Januaries haven't
Oh,
been
you mean
bad.
the last couple of January?
Right,
Right, that's what I mean.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
and
compared to what I'm usually prepared
This
for.
is,
This is what I'm prepared for.
Right, this is what I remember January
Exactly.
being. This was always
Friggin' cold, man.
cold and snow.
Well, if we're
The wind just gets you though. That's it. Like the thermometer
Today,
on
yeah.
my car hasn't been killing me. I've seen negatives. I remember seeing negatives, but you get out and the wind's blowing, man. Oh wow, that's cool.
The thermometer in my car just said, "Fuck, it's cold."
Yeah. I think that Fowler joke might have been a thermostat thing. They have that app there's an app you can get, and it tells you the temperature, and it's got some wise ass remark about how cold it is or something or whatever. It's
I like
hot,
that one.
It's hot as shit or whatever.
I saw that one on Facebook, and I think Tom sent it to us too in a text where my wife wanted to know what the person sitting on the toilet was about, but it's -4.
Oh yeah, that was good.
It looks like somebody sitting on a toilet.
The electronic thing,
Yeah.
on the dashboard. It does. It
Yeah.
really looked like it. I'm like, that's funny. It's shit time.
All right,
Speaking
you
of shit
primitive
time.
screwheads, listen up.
Time to make the chimmy fucking chongas.
You can find us at Bob and John's Podcast at gmail.com, on iTunes and Buzzsprout.com, or
At Loose and Buttery on the Twitter and Instagram or Facebook Live.
And on our YouTube channel and our Facebook page at Bob and John's Super Duper Variety Power Hour. Also on Untapped at Jesus Brew and Brewmaster Pick.
we tried to do this with the rest of the band. I said, let's see if we can do this. And I went through my part, John went through his part, and everybody just looked at each other for Jay's part. I said, well, come on, nobody's picking up the slack?
I don't know what happened to my sheet that I've had for almost as long as we've been doing the show.
Really?
You
I wrote
lost
a little-
it.
Yeah.
You bastard.
Really?
I didn't lose it. I think Greg is really attacking the show.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I
What?
think when he took the stand to use over there,
Oh.
it blew off, and now it's gone forever.
And what you just said there, you crossed the line, buddy.
There's
gonna be consequences and repercussions.
Uh-oh.
Oh, John's blaming people now.
I'm just messing with you. I'm in that kind of mood this whole
Off in the wild
week.
winds.
I think.
We
I think
got in our new hat.
Oh, by the
yeah.
way, thank
Yeah,
you,
hats are
Greg.
very nice.
Yeah, thank you, Greg, who he just rolled under the bus. But thank you.
You stole my paper, but you gave me a hat.
Yeah. But they're great. They fit really great. Bob's
Oh,
got
they're
a
awesome.
huge fucking head, so for a hat to fit him and him not to complain is a jackpot right there. And they're comfy.
thanks.
And and
Yeah.
the logo's really nice. I think they're nice.
Yeah, they look nice.
Yeah. John had one that his mother made, which was a great prototype.
Yeah.
But the 5 looked
Yeah,
like an
everyone's
S.
seen that. Yeah.
So it looked like it says ISIS almost.
Said ISI at the worst.
I said almost.
She did exactly what I asked, and it worked.
She did a good job.
And it worked
Nice. It'll look
perfectly.
nice, yeah.
Because the bottom line was, it doesn't take much to have a 151 hat.
Well, hey, you know what?
I
The
mean?
hat did the perfect thing. It inspired Greg.
Yes,
to
that's
get these.
That's exactly what I have to give my mother some credit here.
But the funny thing is, because these are done, there's like the patch thing underneath it.
And they were in his
There.
car.
And they were in his car on the way over. I guess they sat on his front porch in the box the whole day. So when he got here at practice Wednesday,
Everybody put 'em on.
Me, John, and Tom put them on, and we're like, boom, they're great, but it's cold.
Oh, it's like a brain freeze with no slushy.
It was like, this is wonderful.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I like.
Oh, they're awesome. They're awesome. Yeah, so far
We should. We're gonna
So far,
have-
we've done pretty good. We did
I
good
know.
with the shirts. We did good with the stickers. We've done good with the hats.
Yep.
It keeps getting better.
Yeah, I think pretty soon we'll be able to offer some of this stuff.
Offer some of this stuff.
Yeah,
Offer, you say?
there are people that want it that haven't gotten it yet. So that's one of the driving factors in business.
I like hats.
Jay's over here.
See,
Jay's over here. I
See?
like hats.
See what I'm saying?
I would
That's what I'm
probably buy
saying.
one.
See, that's what I'm saying.
He's got the Wolf Hollow
I have a
gear.
Hollow one.
But he likes to mix it
That
up.
was just because my head was cold and
Yeah.
I coincidentally needed a hat.
Well, yeah, need a hat. It's wintertime, man.
Yes.
Oh heck
You
yeah!
need a goddamn hat.
Well, I think that's where my inspiration came for because I remember like 2 winters now. It's like it's so easy to get a hat and support a cause of our own, and we kept not doing it. You know, and I got like I don't care if I have to stitch it myself. I'm gonna So my mom did it, and I was happy.
It was the prototype worked.
That's right. That's exactly what.
It was inspirational to get Greg to say
nothing gets
he wanted
started
a hat.
until a prototype is designed. That's it. You need the prototype. Thank you, Mom.
And thank you, Greg.
Oh, yeah, I was holding off on this just for this special thing. If Bob would pay the fuck attention.
Why do you want that beer so bad?
Because he's thirsty, dummy.
It's like you're infatuated with that thing.
What?
Like you plugging and unplugging
Yeah,
your
because
stuff.
I don't like those headphones.
In the middle of the show, you figure that out?
Yeah, that's how you figure it out, asshole.
No. Run a test.
Bite me.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
Bite me.
Yeah, I'm going to do one too while we're biting people.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
What do you got?
Huh?
I thought you said, oh, crap, I got to pee.
No, I got it all over my book. No.
So, did you get anything good for Christmas?
No.
No. Nope.
I don't do that anymore. I just get for the kids and.
Am I allowed to talk
I buy
about one
stuff
of the
from-
things you just touched?
Sure.
But we're not doing it on this. But we're not doing it on this show, are we?
Really?
Yes, we are.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna play that game later.
Yeah.
I got a game of beer knowledge,
Do I have to hold him by the hand the whole fucking way through this show?
and I got it
A
from
full
my
release
mother. My mother
ensures a
got that.
rejuvenative rest and promotes a winning attitude.
And she said, "Here, I think you guys would love this for the show." So we're gonna give it a
Is
whirl.
your mother
tonight.
watching the show? I feel like I need to behave now.
I know. I feel
Jeez.
like me too.
Oh, I know. I feel now. You just made me feel
It depends
uncomfortable.
on how you want this to turn out. Has she been listening or watching? No. Do you want me to suggest that she was mentioned a lot in this episode and show her how? Then that's I could do that, and we may gain a listener, but then it might embarrass you guys that you said something bad. Believe me.
No. We don't need another.
Believe me.
Yeah.
She is.
We love your mother, but we
She'll-
don't. We don't need to show her what we really are.
I don't swear in front of my parents. So yeah, she would hear some language that isn't like normal around the house, but
Oh, we can't be having that.
I think she could get over it. If she thought even a little bit was funny, I would
And your
Definitely share
nephew commented,
Uh-huh.
and I'll tell him, Brandon, that yes, the day after I knew that episode 73, What is an Elderberry, was the longest episode by I think literally by maybe a minute, maybe less than a minute, because we went long on the last episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Jay, you're not paying attention?
No. I'm a little behind, actually.
You've never had a little behind.
I wish I was Beyonce.
Actually, the button I should have hit was...
When I bend over to push the button, my ass will be the last thing you ever see.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, and speaking of that, not speaking of that at all, but speaking of
Speaking of that,
Pete, you saw it on Facebook. Antonazio, he
Got
messed up
nasty-
his nasty cut.
I should have done that. I should have
and showed
videoed this one.
Oh, that didn't need to be shared. Pete.
What do you do?
It must have been a fishing.
I'm guessing a
yeah,
fishing thing, seeing as he's
But it was-
always fishing.
It was pretty deep.
Oh, really?
But he showed it, and then he opened it wide. So it was like,
that was a Facebook thing too.
yeah, it kind of looked like it. If he'd put it close enough to the camera,
Yeah.
you'd wonder if it was some kind of weird vagina or something.
Yeah. For a little bit, I worried.
Yeah, but it was like, ooh. It's like, yeah, no thanks. I don't need to see open wounds.
No, that's what I thought about this one, and I didn't because I thought it might offend some people. But this one was a pretty raging. That was a pretty raging.
Well, we know Pete's like the honey badger. He don't give a fuck. Pete don't give a fuck. He's like the honey badger.
Not when it comes to offending people.
No.
Yeah.
So, John, no, I got my favorite thing: gift cards for Christmas.
Me too.
Yeah, love them because I can use them on a bunch of stuff.
Actually,
Amazon, baby.
Darn it, I forgot. I can get more into this at another time because our Instagram follows a lot of beard stuff.
Oh, Mr. Beard guy over
And
here.
I wanted to mention that I did hold off on a couple items because if you can tell, I'm growing my beard a little bit. And I'm trying to use some products, and
Jay's like,
it's actually very
John's
nice.
beard products,
soothing stuff.
It's really
Smells
creepy when
fantastic.
It's really creepy when
And it feels
me and
a lot
Linda.
better.
It's really creepy because me and Linda are in the living room watching
like
TV,
the smell.
and you go out to get something to drink, and
So
he's
good.
there, and he's there like masturbating his
Fresh.
beard, doing this. He's going.
It's a fresh smell.
Sometimes I feel like, do you want to be left alone? Am I
not
interrupting something?
You and your beard need a minute?
It's definitely not. The scent is not like a cologne. You know what I mean? It's much fresher, woodsier, woodman-like. I dig
Musky.
it. Oh, it's so good, so good. And it really does make my beard feel. I wish I could do it twice a day. A lot of guys recommend that, but I don't have time for it in the morning.
A lot of guys wish they could do it twice a day.
Beardgasm.
So I've only been doing it like once a day, and I like it.
What are we talking about? Once a day? What?
Beard. So I got a couple products. One is a Spartan's Den beard oil. I really dig. Oh, I got as long as my phone didn't die, I had pictures for this reason. Right. Yeah.
I feel like I'm always facing away from the camera with this setup.
We do.
I know.
Oh, and balmy beard.
Well, that's because you
premium
just
beard
looked straight
balm.
on
That's a
before.
good one, too.
I've never looked at the camera, so it's not a problem for
well,
me.
I figure I feel like I'm always facing like this now.
Yeah,
With my
it's
head
all.
to the. So.
I don't know what we're going to do. If we're going to reconfigure or go back to just the original. He's so sad. He's so sad.
It's like when I give him some brilliant ideas to do. It's like, oh, great, more work, editing. Well, for me, you guys set up the fucking whole set again after developing it and setting it up the first time.
But once you set it up, you don't have to set it up every week.
Whatever.
You do shit that makes
the
me do
same
work
thing.
every fucking week.
Same thing. You just plug and play over there. Come on.
Oh, fuck you.
Pardon my French, but you're an asshole.
Yeah.
Now what'll that asshole think of next?
So in there is the card. Remember, we got cards. You said you were going to photocopy them.
Nah, but we don't need them. We got them right here. I can write down the score right here.
We don't.
Saving your game, saving your pieces there.
All right,
You need to do that. See, look, I write John and Jay. Look at.
Only two of
How are
us.
we going to know what category though?
Oh, you don't play?
Well, no, because it has a lot to do with beer, so I'm going to lose.
Oh.
And there's 4 different categories. Well, hang on, let's get it. Wow.
It's too bad we
Quite a
didn't have
something, huh? Dancing girls and shit and everything. It's Beer Smarts Tap Your Knowledge.
Tap it.
Tap it.
So we opened up quickly so we could figure out the rules last night, but I didn't check out any of the cards. So
Yeah, he was looking at. I'm like, well, don't look at the cards because.
so I didn't even open them. Look, they're still banded.
Okay. I believe you.
Look at. There's no strings attached. They're freshly. I feel like. Oh, you're gonna make me put on my. I got new
Reading glasses?
Yeah, I got new glasses. I got bifocals now.
Oh.
You old son of a bitch! You old sailor!
I got
You.
them too.
Oh, they're terrible.
They suck.
Yeah.
Are they the ones without the lines too?
No, it has a line.
Oh, they got a line in there.
But it doesn't. I can't see the line. So and it has a line, but I can't. I can only see it when I take it off and look at it.
All right. Okay, it's not the ones I was thinking of. Then. So I got the ones without the line, and they're really hard to get used to.
These aren't exactly
Those sound
great either.
ambidextrous.
Yeah.
I broke a glass the other night because of it, because I wore them out into the kitchen. And they're when I'm watching television, they're good because I can just look down and look at my phone, or just look at the TV,
Right.
to the top part. But like I can't go. I can't drive with them or anything. I don't know how anybody does anything. Like I can't usually use them in a normal.
It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
So I'm constantly going.
Yeah, I know. So it's like I think I'm going to get a pair of reading glasses also. So I have 3 choices at least.
I didn't want to do this, but they're like, "Oh, you really should," because it was really weak for mine. I'm like, "Do I really need to do this?" They're like, "Oh, you really should."
Yeah, and see, I tried them out earlier before we started the podcast, and it's fucked up because going from a smaller iPad to the bigger iPad, I'm like, yeah. So it's like I went to back to my other ones, but now that I got to read these little fucking cards, here we go. All right.
So what's the rules?
First to 12. 12 points.
Well, I thought we were going to do
point for an answer.
Here, there's an option. You can there's 4 categories. First one to get one of each category wins.
But I thought that was a little too short.
You read a question, it's like whoever answers it first, or what?
No, you'll pick it'll be.
Oh, you go back and forth?
Yeah,
okay.
We'll do it that way. Because we don't got buzzers and all that shit and everything else. We're going to be screaming out. Okay. Yeah, so it was... You pick, each of you got a question, whoever answered it right, per category. That was one way to do it.
Okay.
But it just seemed like, well, that would be over pretty short. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know. Why not go for the short first? If it's good, then go for the 12. The other one 12, is we can play 12 correct answers. Category doesn't matter.
I think that's the way we should do, because then you can pick the category like Jeopardy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd be the
one. Okay.
And you know what? We're making our own rules here, so if we want to make it 5 questions, we'll make it 5 questions. Well, you want to make it 12? You want to stick with the 12?
It doesn't matter.
Go with the 12?
Oh, okay.
What the fuck do we got? We'll make this the longest episode.
Let's find out how long it takes.
History.
Let's find out how long it takes to get an answer.
Well, who's going to go first? We'll just see who's going to go first. His game. All right, John's game.
What are the categories?
You have Beerology, Beer 101, Buzzwords, Pub Crawl.
Let's go with Beer 101. 200, dick. My boss hates when I do that.
Oh, I wish I was Beyonce.
His name is Steve.
That was great, wasn't it? My boss hates it when I started calling him Dick because his name is Steve. No, and we're not talking about he whose name we're not allowed to say.
Shall not be mentioned.
Who shall not be mentioned. Okay, question, true or false? Low-calorie light beer was introduced to consumers in 1977. Whoa, man, they give you a whole, Jesus. It's like a whole half a card.
But they give you like an explanation of it?
Yeah, I guess so. The whole history here, so. I got some reading to do after this.
I'm gonna say false.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
Now tell me what's on the rest of this card.
Why?
Because look at the.
When was it introduced?
It's information. Information.
Distributed by Rheingold Brewery, Gabinger's Diet Beer. The first beer ever brewed with no carbohydrates was introduced in 1967. Wow. It was made using an enzyme process invented by biochemist Dr. Joseph Drunkenbaum. Dr. Joseph Owades, I don't know, also known as the father of light beer. Marketed as the beer that doesn't fill you up, Gabinger's didn't sell very well. Some blame the name and others the taste, but when Miller Brewing acquired the rights to the light beer process in the 1970s, the idea took off, and great taste, less filling became one of the longest running and most successful advertising campaigns of all time. Jay?
I wish they said what year Miller Lite bought it. Yeah,
that's probably
77.
That's probably
that's what I'm thinking.
What was the
we got Pub Crawl?
Pub Crawl.
Yeah, that sounded good. That sounded good.
Pub Crawl.
Pub Crawl.
Question, and this has I have multiple choice to give you afterwards.
Okay.
What country is home to the largest beer tankard in the world? A, Poland, B, Australia, C, Belgium, or D, Germany?
Well, I think the easy answer would be Germany, but I want to think that it's going to be Poland. Largest beer tankard in the world.
The one John has dreams about. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Yeah, right?
No, I think what was it? The Poland,
We
Australia?
have Poland, Australia, Belgium, and Germany.
Oh, Belgium, too.
I know. Belgium's known for their beers.
No.
Starts with a B. Ends with a B.
Yeah. Give me Belgium.
No, don't take my...
So you're
I was just
Yeah,
doing the
Belgium.
joke.
Nope.
Poland.
Oh, see, what I was going to choose was wrong. I was going to say Australia because I was thinking like they just don't have the land
I
mass.
should've-
They got to store it
I
somewhere.
should have took Poland.
According to the Guinness Book of World's Records, that's kind of funny, Guinness, Book of
Yeah.
World's Records, the largest beer tankard in the world is displayed at a shopping center in Poznan, Poland.
Oh, what was your first? That was your first.
No,
I
I
think
should've
you
The ginormous bronze receptacle is 17 feet 8 inches tall, has a circumference of 27 feet 6 inches, and can hold more than 1,539 gallons of your favorite beer. When it was inaugurated in 2007, the record-breaking tankard was filled with delicious Polish Pilsner and served to thousands of thirsty shoppers.
I was doing the let's make a dope deal thing.
Yeah. What do you want, John? Beerology?
I want to
Beer
try
101,
something new.
Buzzwords.
So what are the
pub
two?
crawl.
What are the two we haven't done yet?
Buzzwords or beerology?
Let's try beerology. I'd like the scientific end.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Jay's doing shit on me here.
Needed beer after that one.
Other multiple choice.
Oh.
Question. Malting is A, the stage at which hops are added to the brew. B, the final step in the brewing process. C, a process that modifies barley. D, the fermentation stage.
Could you repeat the options? Just one more time.
Oh, fuck. A, the stage of which hops are added to the brew. B, the final step in the brewing process. C, a process which modifies barley. Or D, the fermentation stage.
I'm going to go with A.
Can I steal?
We're making rules up, but should we do a steal?
I think we can.
Okay, we'll do a steal.
I think we
C?
should.
I don't know. Here, close. Yes. I don't have a ding. So, yes, Jay. So Jay gets one.
That's right. All right. Now,
The process that modifies barley. Since barley in its raw state is not suitable for brewing, it must be transformed into the brewing quality ingredient called malt. Through the process of malting, the three-step process includes 1, steeping and shit. I'm just having trouble seeing it. Aerating the barley.
Aerating, probably. Yeah.
2, allowing it to germinate. And 3, drying and curing the malt. Malted barley is typically just one of the 4 ingredients in beer, along with hops, water, and yeast. Jay, your turn.
What's the other category we haven't done? I'll do
Buzzwords.
Yeah, do that one.
Another multiple choice. What's a publican? The way Alabama say Republican. You hear them darn Republicans are down here?
I got a million going through my head right now.
I ain't no damn, I'm a publican. What's a publican? A beer cannery, the owner or manager of a pub, a public toilet in a bar or pub, a special beer tax collected in some European countries.
Really?
You wanted it. Here's the answer.
Can you read them the answers one more time?
A beer cannery. B, the owner or manager of a pub. C, a public toilet in a bar or pub. D, a special beer tax collected in some European countries.
It's got to be D. It's the only thing.
John with the steal.
I'm just going to go with B.
I don't have a ding, but
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
It's a toilet?
the owner or manager of a pub. John gets a steal.
Wow.
He's
I
at 2.
guess it's going to be toilet. So.
Oh, yeah. Public can.
I think we should play to like 6.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. 4.
I told you. You got overzealous. Like 12 is going to be a snap.
You shut your mouth when you're
Yeah,
talking
well,
to me.
you listen to me when I'm talking to you.
These are hard.
These are hard.
I don't know this much about beer.
Well, it's time to learn. That's what we do here,
I
folks.
don't know.
John, Beerology, Beer 101 buzzwords or pub crawl.
I enjoy the beerology. I'd like to beerology. 200.
Beerology again, multiple choice. Once Prohibition ended, what year was homebrewing beer legalized in the U.S.? 1938, 1958, 1968, or 1978? 1938, 1958, 1968, or 1978?
You know where I'm bad because you know what the end of Prohibition was.
Prohibition.
You know that date.
Y'all know what the end of Prohibition was.
1958.
Jay, Steele? 38, 58, 68, or 78?
68.
1978. Before Prohibition, beer
I was going to say it was the least one.
had been brewed in private homes for thousands of years. In fact, even founding fathers George Washington and Thomas Jefferson enjoyed brewing their own suds. But everything changed in 1919 when Prohibition made the process illegal. Surprisingly, it wasn't until 1978 when President Jimmy Carter signed a bill that created an exemption from taxation for home brewing that making beer for personal use became legal again. As of this writing, Alabama, Mississippi, and Oklahoma are the only states that still outlaw the craft.
And actually, some places just made it legal because they just started watching a new show. Some places just made it legal within the last couple of years.
Oh, yeah?
Illegal?
Yeah, no, made it legal. I think
for home brewing?
I think like Alabama,
where them publicans are.
Greenbow,
where all the Publicans
Alabama.
Greenbow, Alabama. That's where Forrest Gump's
Yeah.
from.
We just started watching a new show.
Greenbow.
And
Whose question was that? So it's your
that's
question.
my question. I like the pub crawl.
That's your question. Yeah, okay. Pub
My
crawl.
question, yeah.
True or false, Jay? The Coors Brewing Company in Golden, Colorado invented a beer label that indicates when the beer is cold enough to drink.
True.
Woohoo! The 2007 Coors introduced the cold
That was an
activated
easy one,
bottle, which shows
I drank Coors a lot of years. A lot of years I drank Coors.
which shows Imbers exactly. What the hell is it? Shows Imbers. IMBIBERS.
Pretty magical stuff.
Whatever the fuck that is. Actually, when the brew has reached the perfect temperature for ice cold refreshment, the mountains on the label are printed in a special thermochromatic ink. Say that when you're fucking drunk.
I bet you it wasn't
ink
cheap either.
that turns blue when the brew reaches 42 degrees to 46 degrees Fahrenheit. In 2009, the company came out with the cold activated cans.
I know a couple things about print. Let me tell you that trick.
I always thought cans were always cold activated. It's called the nipple.
Give me my point.
Oh, give me my point.
That would have
John,
been an easy steal for you.
Beerology Beer 101 buzzwords or pub crawl.
I feel like I'm learning with the beerology. I don't feel like I'm winning with it, but I feel like I'm learning with it.
True or false?
Everybody's learning, John.
That's right.
We're
That's
getting
exactly right. I
that's
like
what
to
we're
bring
about.
the learning
knowledge.
with me.
We're
Yes.
spreading knowledge.
True or false? There is no difference between skunked beer and spoiled beer. Excuse me. True or false? There is no difference between skunked beer and spoiled beer.
Well, I'm thinking scientifically. You know what I mean? I thought it was. I thought this was all science. True or false? There's no difference between skunked or
Easy steal for me.
or.
You get it wrong.
Right? Yeah,
No, I can't. You can't steal on a true false.
Okay, no stealing and true false.
Can't make
Oh, that's true. You son of a bitch.
Is that your final answer?
I'm gonna squeeze right in here if my thighs will let me.
It's not a tumor.
I'm gonna go true. Oh, see, that's why I wasn't gonna
Jay, you
go
want to
true.
steal? Jay's going with maybe. A skunked beer might be considered spoiled, but a spoiled beer isn't necessarily skunked. Skunking occurs when the beer is light struck, meaning that it has been exposed to strong ultraviolet light. Ultraviolet light creates a chemical reaction in the in the hops. Sorry. There's the lighting in here isn't the greatest, so I'm in trouble reading this shit.
In the hopes.
And it's written like
hopes of
light.
good beer.
Ultraviolet light creates
Your
a
only
chemical
hope,
reaction
you want.
in the hops, leading to a skunky odor. A beer can also be spoiled if it's not properly stored or handled. We like to handle our beer, all right.
Yeah.
If it has been brewed incorrectly or it has been contaminated, for example, by bacteria or oxygen, all of which can result in off flavors such as sourness, sulfur, chlorine, or even paint thinner. My favorite.
You know what's funny about that? I'm gonna
Nothing?
I'm gonna say the most amount of skunked beer I've had were Heineken's.
I was going to say the same thing.
And
Heineken's.
I think that I think that
Molson
was the
pretty good, too.
I think it was one of the reasons behind
Betwixt.
why you don't see a lot of green or clear beer bottles anymore. Is sunlight
Penetrate.
Well, Molson could get a little skunky, too.
and Molson's were in green
Green,
bottles.
some
yeah.
of them, yeah.
Oh, I miss Molson.
I wish I was Beyonce.
What's the other ones we haven't been touching a lot?
Pub crawl. We haven't done a lot.
Beer
of that.
101 we haven't done in a while, actually.
Do the beer one.
Oh, that's a good one.
This one is applicable for a steal.
Oh, okay.
Multiple choice, Jay. Rising country star Josh Thompson. Oh, he's going to know this.
Yeah, great.
Sings the hit song Beer on the Fly, Beer on the Mind, Beer on the Wall, Beer on the Table.
What are the choices?
Fly, Mind, Wall, Table.
Oh, that. I think you need to read the whole thing.
Beer on the
What was the question? I
Rising-
thought that was.
rising.
I thought that was
country
part of the
star.
question.
Rising country star Josh Thompson sings the hit song Beer on the Fly, Beer on the Mind, Beer on the Wall, or Beer on the Table.
Mind.
Table. Yeah. Something was ringing a bell. I there might be lyrics. I don't know.
Are you a hidden country music fan?
Give me my point.
We're marching towards 5 here.
We going to 5 or we doing 6?
Oh, 6? Is that what we're doing?
5's good.
I think 5's a smart.
Okay.
Unless you want to make this the longest episode ever.
Yeah, probably. Especially after we get the Cards Against Humanity.
All right.
John, Beerology, Beer 101 buzzwords or pub crawl?
Give me pub crawl. 300, Dick.
I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
This is not a stealable question because it is a true or false. John, beer was banned in the country of Iceland. Jesus Christ. You're fucking kidding me. From 1915 to 1989. True or false? Beer was banned in the country of Iceland from 1915 to 1989. And no, Jay did not have these cards ahead of time.
True.
Oh, yeah. Damn.
You know, it sounds so outlandishly crazy. It's the only answer. Really. It sounds ridiculous to me, to be honest with you. But that's how I knew it was right.
Well, John, it is true. And in 1908, Icelanders voted to ban all alcoholic drinks.
Assholes.
But the law didn't take effect until 1915.
Wow.
I mean, the Vikings wouldn't have stood
Then
for
in
that shit.
1933, prohibition was repealed, except for beer. Finally, in 1988, the government agreed to legalize beer, but the public still couldn't buy a cold one until 1989. Every year, our formerly beer-starved Icelandic friends celebrate the end of the 74-year drought on March 1st, National Beer Day.
Thank you, Iceland, for coming around.
Very enthusiastic. So John gets another. John's
Yeah,
really.
John-
Jay's got
John's
to
on
do
the-
some catching up
I
here.
know. I'm going to pull 2 in a row here.
Pub crawl, buzzwords, beer 101,
Buzzword.
beerology.
Buzzwords.
We haven't done those. In a
Yeah.
Jay, this is stealable, by the way.
Oh,
Jay,
great.
the term.
Could lose it all right here.
Jay, the term beer and Skittles means like 2 peas in a pod, pleasure or amusement, a mistake made in the brewing process, a midnight snack. The term beer and Skittles means like 2 peas in a pod, pleasure or amusement, a mistake made in the brewing process, or a midnight snack.
Like 2 peas in a pod.
Wow, wow, wow.
I'm going to go with a mistake made in the brewing process.
Pleasure or amusement. The term beer and Skittles is a British idiom that refers to the pleasure or amusement, as in life isn't all beer and Skittles. Life isn't all beer and Skittles. Now.
Yeah, and
Skittles is the
beer.
pub game similar to bowling that has been played in England since medieval times.
Well, you should
To pay, 9 Skittles pins are set up in the square pattern, and players attempt to knock them down with a ball.
It's not even the little
Balls
candies.
of
It's
the
the game Skittles.
beer.
You get this
Skittles.
total accent with watching The Crown on Netflix.
I need to bring that one back, I think.
What?
Beer and Skittles.
Beer and Skittles.
Life is all beer and
Skittles.
We should have a little segment.
What do you think, you little bastard? Life is all beer and Skittles.
Yeah.
Don't get your panties in a twist.
So who's this? That's John's.
I'm so mad I could spit feathers.
Are you going to go outside and light a fag? That's an arrestable offense down in here, man.
Don't say that.
Oh my god. That's a hate crime.
Sakes, you're going away. What, for a smoking a fag?
Smoking a fag.
Yes, shut the fuck up.
Some fags might enjoy that.
It's so cold and waiting to smoke 2 tonight.
Jiminy Christmas, I only want to smoke a fag.
That's all I wanted.
Houston, we have.
Oh, God.
Fucking A.
Say that down in Alabama, you get strung up. I was out smoking a couple of fags.
Just out smoking a couple of fags.
Excuse me?
My life is all beer and Skittles.
Whose question is this? John's. Isn't it?
It's John's. Or is it John's?
Yeah, because you missed it and then he missed it.
Yeah, we. Yep.
John, pub crawl, buzzwords, beer 101, and beerology.
Pub crawl.
Pub crawl it is. Multiple choice. Can Steele. Question. Actually, this is for the win, John.
I know. Yeah, baby.
No
What
pressure.
is the best-selling import beer in the U.S.? Corona, Guinness, Amstel Light, or Heineken? What is the best-selling import beer in the U.S.? Corona, Guinness, Amstel Light, or Heineken? Jiminy Christmas.
I know.
And while John's doing that, I'm going to go smoke a fag.
There was Corona, Amstel Light, Heineken. I think I'm missing
Guinness.
one. Guinness. I'm going to go with Guinness.
Jay, for the steal?
Corona.
Yes.
You know, when I was younger, I would have said that, but I didn't think that. Like, that's what I was going to ask. What year? I asked what year the game was, because when I was younger, I would totally agree, but I don't know about now. With all the micro, you know what I mean? Craft, like all the craft brews and shit now.
It's what do you call it? All rights reserved. 2005, 2015.
2015. So, within the last couple of years. So,
Not only is Corona the top-selling beer produced by a Mexican brewery, but it is also the best-selling non-domestic beer in the United States, and the sixth-selling.
Sounds like you have a dick in your mouth.
United States and the sixth best-selling
drink.
beer overall. In fact, there are more than 150 countries that love to import Corona, which makes this brew one of the most popular beers on earth. Perhaps it's those deserted tropical islands ads that make us all wish we could escape inside a frosty bottle of Corona.
give me my point. Don't call it, come back.
I've been here.
I
for
like
years.
this game. It increases our beer knowledge.
Yeah, it does.
Beerology, Beer 101, Buzzwords, and Pub Crawl, Jay.
Oh, give me beerology.
Woo, you went beerology. Yeah. Multiple choice, John Ken Steele for the win.
Oh,
All right.
What is the definition of craft beer in the U.S.?
Oh.
A brewer that specializes in unconventional flavored beers. The person who is in charge of a brewery. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me go back. I did not properly read the question. What is the definition of craft brewer? Not brew, craft brewer
Okay.
in the U.S. A brewer that specializes in unconventional flavored beers. The person who is in charge of a brewery. A small independent and traditional brewer. Or any brewer who produces fewer than 100 barrels annually. Not annually, annually.
That one. That last one.
The last one?
Yep.
John?
hey.
A small, independent, and
It's a small,
traditional
independent
brewer.
and traditional one.
According to the
I
brewers.
thought the quantity
the
was
barrel
it, though.
one,
I
yeah.
really did think it was by the barrel. That's what I thought.
Let me read this before you start talking. According to the Brewers Association, an American craft brewer is a small, independent, and traditional.
That was nice.
By small, they mean a yearly production of fewer than 2 million barrels by independent.
And it was in the
They
definition
mean
somewhere.
that less than a quarter of the company is owned or controlled by an industry member who is not a craft brewer.
Small member.
E.g. a mega brewery. And by traditional, they mean one that has either an all malt flagship beer or at least half its volume in either all malt beers or beers that have adjuncts
Yep.
to enhance, not lighten the flavor. Nobody got that one. Whose question was that? That was Jay's. So
Yeah.
John, for the win. Is it
Still.
buzzwords, pub crawl, beer 101, or beerology?
Beer 101.
Something tells me we're not getting the Cards Against Humanity tonight. Jay, you can steal. All right. Question. Scientific studies show that the shape of the glassware directly influences what in your beer? A, temperature. B, head augmentation and retention. C, taste and smell. D, color. Scientific studies show that the shape of the glassware directly influences what in your beer. A, temperature. B, head augmentation and retention. C, taste and smell. Or D, color.
I have to go with B, Bob. We're going to Disney!
John is right. Head augmentation and retention, and John wins. Ever wondered why your Pilsner or lager gives bad head?
We've been talking about getting the glass
told you
collection.
that.
You know, it has.
If you drink your brews out of just any old glass, then this message could save your beer sipping life.
we got to get the glass.
Choosing the right glass is as important as picking your nose. I mean, a good beer. A short, fat glass and a tall, thin glass don't form head the same way.
Ask any woman.
Beer, call it beer snobbery, but shape does matter.
Yep. All right.
I love this game. I think we're going to use this some more.
it. It's good. Changing it to John's Brew now.
I do like that, though.
And that's all for Beer Smarts Tap Your Knowledge.
And tap
game.
your knowledge.
Tap it.
Tap it. Tap it, tap, tap.
Tap it.
Geez.
We're going to conquer this one. We're going to have to move it up a notch, you know? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What am I doing?
You're going to touch a button, but you don't know
I
what
have
it
no
is.
fucking idea, do
Touch
I?
it.
It was the end. You already did the end of the show.
There.
In your face, all over the place.
We're online.
24/7. 24/7. You're listening to the hottest internet station.
Bob and John, super duper variety power.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Housekeeping?
Don't think you're sleeping.
Housekeeping?
You come back in an hour.
Housekeeping, you want towel?
More towels. Need sleepy.
Housekeeping, you want mint for pillow?
Please go away. Let me sleep for the love of God.
Housekeeping, you want me to jerk you off?
What kind of hotel is this?
All right, you primitive screwheads, listen up.
Time to make the chimmy fucking chongas.
You can find us at Bob and John's Podcast at gmail.com, on Buzzsprout.com, and iTunes, or
Loose and Buttery on the Twitter and Instagram or Facebook Live.
And on our YouTube channel and our Facebook page at Bob and John Super Duper Variety Power Hour. Also on Untapped at G's Brew and Brewmaster Pick.
John, we're a little bit late, but what's the word of the day?
Whoops.
Might as well get it in there.
Yeah, get it in there.
Ragazacha.
Ooh, God bless you.
Ragazacha.
I have Ragazacha. No, you fall off if you don't take care of that.
I think I got it. I think I got it queued up here. Hold on a second there.
What do you got? Ragazacha. Get a shot for that, man.
Oh, might have been turned down.
Okay. That was a lot of build up there.
Ragazzaccia.
Ragazaccia. Ragazaccia.
Well, you got to tell us what it is.
It means bad girl.
Oh.
Ragazaccia.
Damn, that's nasty.
Ragazaccia.
Ragazaccia.
Ragazaccia. See, it was there.
He would have an enormous Schwanzstücke.
He's going to be very popular.
Very popular.
You got any of your jokes that we were supposed to do, Jay?
What do you mean?
We got some time to kill.
I got my timer at
Back into
like
the other game? No.
Not unless we want to do a
Jiminy
2-hour
Christmas.
podcast.
Yeah.
What, you thought my word of the day was going to take 10 minutes?
I was just trying to get it all in.
It was a long one.
I didn't want you to say you didn't fucking use Maduro.
No, I would have if you were like,
I
okay,
know.
ladies and gentlemen, we're out of here. What the fuck am I telling you? We're Ragazaccia.
Asshole.
What an asshole!
You bet your ass.
Jackass.
Jay's got something funny to say.
So a man walks into a bar with a large box, and the bartender goes up to him and asks, "What's in the box?" Man says, "I'll show you if you give me a beer." So, of course, the bartender goes, gets the man a beer, he drinks it, pulls out a little foot-tall man with a piano. And the little man starts playing the piano. Bartender says, "Hey, that's pretty cool. Where'd you get that?" Man says, "I'll tell you if you get me another beer." So the bartender gets him another beer. Man drinks it. Says he got it from a genie in a lamp. And he says, "Oh wait." Bartender says he said he got it from a genie in a lamp. Bartender says, "I'll let you borrow the genie in a lamp if you get me another beer." Man says, "Oh, okay." So gets another beer. Man drinks it, and the man gives the bartender the lamp. Bartender rubs the lamp, and a genie pops out. Genie says, "Master, I'll grant you one wish. What is it?" Bartender says, "A wish for $1 million." All of a sudden, 1 million ducks start flying into the room. "What the heck is this? I wish for $1 million, not 1 million ducks." Man says, "Well, what the hell do you think I wish for? A 12-inch pianist?"
Genie must have a little stutter.
Hearing problem.
Or something. Dyslexia, maybe?
It's called the Deaf Genie.
Another one, Jay?
Man, the spot here.
What the fuck do you think I asked for? 12-inch pianist? It keeps getting better as I go over it. You know what I mean?
That takes a little bit.
It's kind of steep a little.
It's kind of steep.
Love a good genie joke.
That's it right there. I love a good genie joke.
Everybody should have a genie.
I love a good genie joke. Oh shit!
Oh, all right. This one was pretty good. If I can get her, if I can read it. All right. All right. Yeah.
Wee, 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 wee.
Oh, yeah, no, sorry. This is a better one. Okay. Man died in a horrible fire. The mortician thought it was George, but the body was so badly burned that somebody would need to make positive identification. That task fell to George's best friends, Joe and Al. So Joe shows up, says, "He's burnt pretty bad. All right, roll him over." Joe looked at the dead man's buttocks and said, "Nope, that ain't George." Thinking the incident strange, the mortician straightened up the body and said nothing, brought in Al. And Al says, wow, he's burnt to a crisp. Roll him over. Again, nope, that ain't George. Mortician said, how can you tell? Al said, George had 2 assholes. Mortician said, what? How could he have 2 assholes? Al said, everybody knew George had 2 assholes. Whenever the 3 of us would go into town, you hear people say, here comes George and those 2 assholes.
Here comes George and those 2 assholes.
Is he in Alabama? I got a feeling after this episode, any fans in Alabama are out.
Yeah, we're not working well with that. That's good. Here comes George and those 2 assholes.
Right,
Jay, you got a short one?
I got one more.
Okay.
Actually, I got a real short one if you want.
Yeah, go for the real short one, then we're going to get it the hell out of here.
All right. What does Starship Enterprise and toilet paper have in common?
They both fight Klingons?
They both circle around Uranus. And wipe out Klingons.
I remember Raj telling me that as a kid. Jay, what did you learn?
Beer and Skittles.
Yeah. Beer and Skittles. John, what did you learn?
The publican is the
publican? Publican.
Yeah, publican.
And I learned that everybody in this room wants to go out and smoke 2 fags, obviously.
At least.
So right, is this?
All right. Go out and smoke a fag now, would you?
It's not a big deal. Right?
Gee, what did you expect me to do? Have a spot of tea? Sit here and smoke a few fags. Yeah, I think that's it.
Oh, we made it through.
Yeah, the beer game took up some time, but it was good. It was different. It was
we were going to play
only
2
one
games.
game.
We were going to play 2 games, but that's all right.
I like the beer game.
I like the
I
beer
have to
game.
give the
I like the
positive
beer game.
feedback.
Yeah.
It's good.
We got a brand new.
It's a different type of fun because we're learning on a show that teaches.
We do a lot of
and
beer
learns
anyway.
about
We're here to
beer.
educate.
Yeah.
We're here to edumacate. We have
All
the
these
red box
peoples.
Cards Against Humanity, which we've barely touched. I think we just opened that up the last time. I got the green box unopened upstairs.
Oh.
We've got endless Cards
Against Humanity.
Yeah, there's lots of boxes.
Yeah, did you hear that they pulled the Jewish box
I
of
heard you
Cards
should have
Against
got
Humanity?
it. Or you should have got it as quick as you could.
Because it was offensive. Well, then fucking get rid of every box.
Yeah, everybody's offensive.
They're all pretty offensive.
Damn sure it's all offensive.
Exactly.
It's offensive.
I think that's it. Say goodnight, guys.
Good night, guys.
Stadler?
Yeah, what?
Is that it?
Yes, it's over. How'd you like it?
I don't know. I slept through the whole thing.
Well, you didn't miss much.
Pardon my French, but you're an asshole.